Hello everyone, this is Mohammed Mia. I hope you are well. You may be thinking to study abroad and you are not sure which country to choose, which country you should select. You may be confused. So I will give you a little bit more overview about the country and what are the things you need to consider before you finally decide about the destination. There are a number of factors you need to take into consideration before you finally decide which country you want to go and study. Factors are tuition fees, scholarship, cost of living, part-time job opportunity, course duration, career planning, entry requirements, application process time, and visa requirements. Tuition fee one of the main factors, actually is very important factor before you actually decide which country you want to go. Tuition fee varies country to country, institution to institution. Some institutions actually same duration of the course are charging less, some institution is higher. So you do a little bit research, and also country wise. Some country, within the country you will find the difference. For example, in UK, one institution actually for the same course is charging one price, another institution actually for the same course is charging higher. So you need to do a little bit research about the tuition fee. And also many international institutions actually are opening branch office, branch campus, in Asia, Middle East, and you can find the same degree with the reasonable cost, with the reasonable tuition fee. So this could be also the area you need to look at. Scholarship. You may be thinking, will I get a scholarship and how much? There are many international organizations are also offering scholarship. There is a merit base, and also country, there is a certain quota for certain countries, and also automatic scholarship system for certain institutions, so for certain reason, for the certain country. So if you are thinking about the scholarship, it is better to directly contact with the institutions, and they may have a 10% scholarship, 20% and 50%, also merit based scholarship. Cost of living. So it is also another factor actually you need to think about before you finally decide about your final destination. Some city may be very expensive, some city is reasonable, so you need to do a little bit research for the living, accommodation, food. So it is very important to do a little bit research. Maybe you can directly contact with the university. Sometimes they can give you the rough idea about the average cost for any students, for monthly cost. That can help you to decide and take final decision. Part-time job opportunity. Part-time job opportunity, another factor you need to take into consideration if you are planning to cover your living cost by your part-time job. Then you need to take into considerations an option and opportunity. Some cities, some country can be a good option for the part-time job, and some country and on certain visa you may not be allowed to work. So you need to think about it. Maybe China, for example, the living cost is very low. Maybe the job opportunity may not be that much. For example, in the UK, living cost may be a little bit higher, but the part-time job opportunity is there. So these are the factors actually you need to consider, and you need to think about, okay, the city and the country I'm going, is there any part-time job, as well as and on the immigration point of view, the visa requirements, visa point of view, are you allowed to work? Because there are certain visa, for example, in the UK, if you come or like a student visitor visa, you are not allowed to work. So you need to take all these things into consideration before you finally decide. Course duration. Course duration actually differ country to country. For example, undergraduate in UK, in England, 3 years, in USA, 4 years. Masters in USA, 2 years, in UK, 1 year. So you need to decide actually, are you looking for the shorter course or longer duration course? Because the longer duration course, the cost aspect also involved. So you need to look at, do you want to quickly finish your course, or do you want to go for the longer duration of the course? Career planning. You need to decide actually what you want to do after completion of your course in foreign country. Some country there is opportunity for post study, like after your completion of degree you can have a easily job, and some country is very difficult to stay longer after finishing your course, so may need to come back your country. So you need to do a little bit research about the which country after completion you will get like a work permit, maybe you can easily extend, or there is a job opportunity. So it also depends. So you need to decide, are you going for the degree, the country you just want to finish and come back, or you just want to looking for the settlement, you want to settle there, you are looking for the job after your graduation. ND requirements. ND requirements actually depends on the country you are going to study. It is varied university to university, country to country. Some countries, some destinations may not require IELTS at all, and some destination they may require extra thing like a GMAT, GR in USA. So you need to look at the entry requirements, whether actually qualified. Do you have all the documents ready? Do you have all the requirements ready before you apply? So entry requirements actually is very important. That some university they may additionally look for if you are going for like art related subject, for example, they may look for your portfolio. For some technical subjects, some other subjects they may, for example MBA, they may look for job experience. So you need to look at the entry requirement side, whether you okay with these entry requirements, whether you can fulfill these entry requirements. Application process time. So if you are thinking to apply for an institution, and it can be different institution, country to country. Some institution can take up to 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Some institution can take up to 2 weeks, and sometimes some institution can take 1 week. So you need to think about the intake. If it is intake is very near, and the university if taking longer, then it could be difficult for you actually try and arrive on time. So some institutions, some country, like maybe in some institution in the USA, may take up to 6 months, 4 months for postgraduate courses. So you need to find out the normal processing time, and before you finally apply. Visa requirements. So I would advise that it is better to know properly all the requirements and types of visa you need to use before you apply for certain countries. Certain countries can be more simpler. Certain countries requirement could be very complicated, and lots of documents required. So if you know in advance actually what are the requirements, and you can prepare yourself in advance. I try to explain all these factors, which is very important if you finally go for foreign degree and finally decide which country you want to go. Although it was a brief discussion, a brief overview, I couldn't go through in details discussion due to the time limitations, and I hope to do more video on all these factors, and hopefully that video can be more details, more focus. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.